Saturday, and I'm excited to come to you with an excellent video. What is project initiation? I will quickly touch on three simple examples. In first example, I will tell you in case of a risk mitigation, non-discretionary sustaining project. The second example, I'll touch on a return on a discretionary project. And in the third and final example, I will touch on a regulatory compliance project. Again, these examples are taken from our lives. So let's get going. The first example is about risk mitigation or sustaining. So to give you that example, let me start with a quick story. It's a real life story. In June of this year, 2020, there was a big hailstorm in the city of Calgary, the city where I live. Many homes got damaged in that hailstorm. And as a result of the damage, the roofs got damaged, the sidings got damaged, and many other things like vehicles got damaged. Obviously, that's outside of the home. But let's take the example of the home. So the homeowners, let's say if your home got damaged, what would you do? You never expected that to happen, or at least that's not on your mind or agenda. Suddenly it happened. What do? You need to fix your home. Why? So that you can, for example, protect the value of your home. Number two, you can continue to live in that home, so that's sustainment of your operation. And number three, to protect the longevity of your home, so that before the upcoming winter hits, you protect the home from further damage. Okay, so you have initiated as a homeowner, you make that call, you make that decision, and you initiate that project in order to sustain your livability at that place. So that's why in a business environment, this project may be termed as a non-discretionary, because you must do it in order for you to live in that home, or a risk mitigation because you are mitigating the risk from further damage during the upcoming winter kind of project. Got the point? Okay, let's move to the second example. In this example, I will give you another from your life. If you have a home, let's say your home has a basement, and in that basement, it's non-developed. You figured out that if you develop the basement and rent it out, you can earn some extra cash. You decide to invest some hard-earned cash in order to develop the basement and rent that basement out. You don't need to actually develop the basement for you to sustain living in that house. You are only doing that because you thought it's a great investment choice and you can earn some good dollars by renting it out. So that's why it's called non-discretionary, and it's a return project because you invested money in order to make more money. So in a business case or a business environment, it will be known as discretionary or a return project. Okay, let's move to the next example. So the next example that I have is, as I mentioned, is a regulatory compliance project. Again, I'll go back to your house. Let's say in your jurisdiction, the government is giving away some credit for carbon intensity reduction. Let's assume they're giving away credit if you install solar panels, reduce the intake of energy from the grid by improving or upgrading your home insulation or power consumption or what have you. Basically, you're making your home more green, and as a result, you're getting a tax credit. This tax credit and this regulatory regime and compliance and the project that you initiate, for example, just to install your solar panel, can be thought of as a regulatory compliance project. Again, in reality, in a business environment, projects gets initiated. If you look at all three examples that I outlined, there's one common denominator, and that is a business case. There's a problem, there's an issue, there's a threat, there is an opportunity. And as a result, in order to take advantage or mitigate or address the risk of those threats, you as a homeowner decided to initiate the project. In any business environment, or even for non-profit, you'll notice that the business leadership or the leadership in that organization in this case, you as a homeowner, you are the decision maker, the project gets initiated. I hope these 3 examples and this video gives you a glimpse of how a project gets initiated. Project development is the next phase. You have to remember that when project is initiated and people gets to work on that project, it's fun for the people if you really like to be on a project, but it means investment of time and money. So no project gets initiated just for you and me like to do projects. They get initiated to serve a very critical purpose. See you in next video, and we'll talk about the development cycle in the overall project life cycle. Good night.